Okay, dangerous crabs. Dice game. Radical dice control strategies. Okay, guys, you already know how I feel about the stack grip. It is the premier grip. Oh my goodness, that's all I'm gonna tell you on that. But here's the deal. I know you want to get out there and, you know, try some, you know, the new shit and all that. That's your money. Do what you want to do. But, you know, make sure that you're dialed in before you go and try, you know, any of the things that, you know, you're seeing here, bone thrower, these kind of things. Make sure you get them dialed in first. You know, make sure you get them dialed in. Make sure you have a game plan, what you're going to do when you get there. You know, and don't be rigid within your game plan and not allow for any adaptability. You know, meaning you need to be adaptive. You know, able to adapt. You know, change your strategy. Not change it totally, but, you know, mix it up if need be. You know, because you might be hot at your place when you get to the casino. You know, whatever, it's been an hour drive, whatever, however long it's been, 2 hours, you know. Once you finally get warmed up or feel like you're warmed up, that kind of thing, it's going kind of shady. So, you know, but know what you want to do before you go in there. And don't be afraid to maybe, you know, not afraid, but, you know, too rigid to where you can't maybe change a little bit. Because you might go in there thinking, well, okay, my average is 10, I'm going to do like CK said, I'm going to hang in there for 5. Maybe you're trying to hang in there for 5. It's working at your place. It's working fine, but you get to the casino and where you're trying to hang in there for 3, you really should be hanging in there for 5, you really should be hanging in there for like 3 or 4. Just because it's just a little something, just a little bit different going on with your throw. Something just a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, you're not fully, you know, have your arm warmed up where it's just, you know, you're just maxing and taxing them. You know what I mean? But you're still able to make money. You're still always able to make money. You know, it just depends on what you adjust your level to as far as how long you want to hang in there. You see, so we're just shooting into the corner here. Mixing bowl to mix them up. Come on, roll. Team 6 bowl. Take 25 on the odds. Up in the field. So we're just using the mixing bowl to mix them up. Using the premier grip with our fingertips up on the edge. Thumb's going to come all the way down. Now we do that. I hope I can win all 7 on that. 5, son of a bitch. You know, that's like the worst thing that can happen when you're up on the field and your 5's empty. It's like you're naked and there it comes. You know, are you kidding me? Oh well. I'll just go back up here in the field right quick. I don't know what we're doing. This little tossy-toss here, you know, giving the stack a break for a minute, just a minute, for this video, just because, we know not everybody uses it, that kind of thing, but, oh my gosh, tell you what, it is just a fantastic throw, if you can get it down. And I've got a couple different variations going on now. You got the regular grip, you know, the regular stack, rather. Then you got the power stack, then you got the super stack, is what I'm calling it right now. 3, deuce, 5. That, but we've got a $10 5. Give them 1, 15, 10 on the field. 15 on the 5, up to 15. Three, deuce, 5. Yeah. Oh, flip, reset, flip. Use that. $15.05. Okay, it's 21. That's more like it right there. Max and tax that 5 up to what's that? 25 on that guy. Six, deuce, 8. It's a no filled winner. Use that one. $18 rate, so it's 21. Press that up. Go up to 30 on that. Okay. Yeah, make sure you tip the dealers too, guys. Make sure you do that. Yeah, don't be, you know, you don't have to hang in there for, you know, the number that you know, 6, 4, 10, that you came in there thinking that you wanted to do. You know what I mean? Because I might go in there thinking, okay, I want to do my 10s, and then I get in there and I'm like, well, you know, things get hot and I get a little bit of money on the line. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, let me go ahead and back off the gas a little bit because, you know, reality hits. I'm like, well, shit, man, I got some money riding right here, and I really need to take this profit here, you know? So we had the pass line. Okay, we're off the field. Okay, let's see. Pass line winner, 15. I didn't realize we'd have anything on 10. And then we get 2-1 on that pay for there. That's lovely right there. So we'll take that 2-1. Let's move them over to the 4 and 10. Take the, oh, we got a $25 fine. Yep, $25 fine. Change for that. Right there. Take that. Go up on the 9. So now we got some activity going here. It's good activity. Come out, roll. Yeah, sorry about being so choppy, but you know, it's, you know, concentration trying to do this. Come out, roll. 6, 3, 9. Play your game, guys. Play your game. Play your game. Watch the fatigue. You know, I don't suggest drinking. I mean, unless you're really, really slick. I mean, if you're really slick, yeah, I mean, it's okay. As far as, like, you know what you're doing, you know, you're not going to be in there, you know, $20 odds, you're not going to be in there, what was that, 10? You know, drinking and getting that stuff to where it's going to, like, mess up your money. Because the whole thing is to make money. You know what I mean? The whole thing is to make money, so that's the whole purpose we're there. You know? Quit thinking about those long rolls so much. Get focused on actually, you know, get focused on making that the bread. You know what I mean? Get focused on making the bread. That's where it's at. $8 more. Change for that. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you, you know, because I see a lot of people, you know, they never pull their money down. You can tell that they just come there. They're not even thinking about, you know, there's no game plan. 10, hope. 10, hope. You know, their game plan is well, I'm going to strike it rich here. I'm going to get rich at the casino today. You know, this kind of shenanigans. And it's like, dude, come on, man. It's just not even realistic to think like that. Okay. $25 fines. We'll pay us $45. $5, 4, 6. It's the only one that was on the baby. $18.06. Pays 21. Stick to it, man. And laser focus. Don't let them talk you out of your monies, man. You know, by getting in your head, trying to talk to you and all this. 4, 5, 9. That's a point. Another point. You know, where, cause I've had times where I go in there and they're like, dealers are talking to me, there's no one there, and dealers are talking to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Oh, bet 4 is in. Oh my gosh, what are we doing here today? Is this real, man? Is this? Oh, so we got $15 pass line, even. 20, the odds. It's gonna pay 24. Or hold on a second. It's gonna pay 30. Hold on a second. Yeah, pay 30. Gotta take those odds, man. Those odds are huge. I mean, it's just, it is huge, man. Look at that. Let's take it. So we got $25 9 up there. Let's see. So it'll be 30. 35. Okay. 35. Come out roll. Don't want that. Yeah. Yeah, so know your game, know your role, guys. It's good to push it. You know what I mean? Yo. Yo. I like to push it. But, you know, you really, you know, you want to either, you know, if you want to be doing that, you want to be up on their money, you know, with their money, or, you know, you're feeling really good that day type thing, you know. That's just my opinion, guys. Team hope. Team hope. I mean, because that's when you get into just being a regular craps player, you know. Going to the casino and just expecting to win, and, you know, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to beat them up, you know, out of all this money. And I mean, you know, it could be realistic. But how's your head, though? You know what I mean? Is your head really in the game? Do you have a game plan? You know, are you really serious about your game plan? You know what I mean? Yo. There we go, Max. See that? And see, I'm right around 15, so what I want to do, I'm going to break this down. Break that way down real quick. And we started with 100. You know, it's just a thing, you know, not being greedy, breaking it down. Got rods up there. So we got our rods, we got our pass line up there, you know, whatever. Whoa. 3, 4. You know, don't, you know, make sure, you know, you stick to, like me, myself, I'll actually, like, take a picture of the dice set. You know, in case if I start getting too excited for some reason, I don't know. I mean, I get excited. Shit, I'm human. You know what I mean? Oh, 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 oh. You know, so I'll take a picture of it, so that way, you know, it just helps me to, you know, not use the brain power for trying to remember it. Oh, that's way short. 3, 1, vote. 3, 1, vote. Triple fold. Y'all like that? Hard to do. Very hard to do. back to back here. Okay, see. Yeah, so I'll take a picture on my phone of the dice sets. You know, I'm using a stack grip or whatever grip I'm using. I'll take a picture of it, and that way I'm like out in the car, you know, hitting the one hit or whatever before I go in. Three. You know, before I go in, I'm hitting the one hitter, whatever, and I'm looking at my dice set. I'm going through my mental notes. You know, thinking about what I want to do. Just one last little time, because once I go in the door, you know, it seems like, you know, the adrenaline tries to hit you and all that. It's like, well, you know, so you just got to be real smooth with it. You know what you got. That way you can just go into a zone and minimal brain. Oh, too flat. Oh, 1, 5. You know, minimum brain power. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm using less resources, you know, for my brain when I'm you know, doing things like that. So I don't have to, you know, because I don't want to have to think about all this shit, man. You know, I want to go in there and just, you know, be a machine, man. Be a machine that I am. You know, do what my training allows me to do. You know, from being here at the house. Yeah, that was funky. Ow. Didn't you know what I mean? Didn't hit the mixing bowl. Mix it up. Oops. Nice, man. Yes, nice, man. So anyway, so. Little 20 piece. Finally, it was sticky. It didn't go anywhere. You know, that's why I was setting it. You know, all it did was the one move like this. That's all it did. The one turn. Now, I was throwing those 3-1-4s, so you can see how it was barely mixing them up on the dice. So, but anyhow, so yeah, you know what you want to do before you go in there, guys. You know what I mean? And stick to it. Definitely stick to it. Take you in. Closer look. As you can see here. So we did on the numbers. Oops. Apologize, guys. I'm trying to fix these here with the camera in my hand. This is a little easier to. These are hard weight tins right here. That's why I marked those like that. The stack. So that wasn't bad. We hit 3 10s, 3 4s. Hit those 3 4s in a row though. You know, 4 5s. I mean, that's a money roll. A couple yos. So, but anyway, so we'll count this money. See what we got though. Right here. So we start with right there. 5, 100. So I'm just gonna make change here real quick. These guys. Oops. I know we would have been banging them with those on those 4s too. But no, just I was just talking to rapping, so I wasn't like, you know, trying to do any damage, obviously. So 110, 14. Okay, guys, that's what we did. 114 on that one. But yeah, so just, you know, keep that in mind, man. Try not to be too rigid, you know, in your approach when you go, and you know if you're hot that day. You know what I mean? Know if you're, you know, you're really feeling it. You know, and that's going to take, to really know that, that's going to take, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of practice. A ton of practice, man. A ton of practice. Like I said, we'll be on the live stream back again, guys, the live stream. But Know your role, fill yourself out when you're there, stick to your game plan. I really, some of you lose. If some of you are losing out there, you're a little bit upset about it. Consider how long you're staying in the casino. Consider how long you're leaving your money up, or on. Never run to the ATM. Never, 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 never. Never, 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 never. You buy in for 100, or if you buy in for 300, whatever you buy in for, have at least that and maybe another buy-in. Unless you're like, okay, I'm just going to take one shot at them. You know what I mean? And if you take a shot, you got to remember that you're only one. So, if you're going to skeet all in one shot, so to speak, you might want to chop down your expectation of how long you're going to be in there. Because what you could do is you could, win you a couple, get the monies up, and then you can increase your aggression at the casino, going at them. You know what I mean? Once you get their monies. But, never really, fire away with your money, especially at the first shot. Your first shot, at the target. I just don't suggest it. That's just me, though. Some of you can. I like to fill out my roll, make sure I'm warmed up, and then I'm hitting my spots correctly. You want to make sure some of these things. I know it's a little bit choppy. I hope you guys were able to get something out of this. I'm going to write down some notes for the next one because I got a shit ton to say, man. But I want to try to put it together a little bit better, because it is key, keeping your mind, keeping it tight, at the casino. That's what you want to do. Keep your mind tight. Trust me, keep your mind tight. If you play sports, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you're going to, you're going to battle, but it's like you're going to a competition. The nerves always happen, that kind of thing, competitions. But you got to be able to handle that, and you can handle it. Do your breathing nice and easy before you go. A visualization, smoke one if you need to. Try not to get too excited, that kind of thing. Make sure you take your chalk and your powdered little bag. That'll sit in your pocket. Because you never know when your hands, your drilling gets going and your hands might get sweaty. And that powder bag's going to help you to fight that. That's going to help you to fight that. So you'll need that. Always take that. You never know. Never know. And you never know what's on the dice anyway. So take your chalk as well. Okay, guys? Hey, by the way, if you can, when you select the dice, try to select the dice. Never heard anyone talk about this, but try to select the dice. Really look at the dice. Pay attention to the dice when they hand them over to you. Try to select the dice. Really look at the edges. Try to pick the edges aren't as tight. That aren't as tight. I'm just telling you. I think it's better to have them, broke down a little bit. Myself. You can work with them tight, but they're going to chop. They're going to be more choppy. Like that. So I'm just telling you, try to figure out the most worn pair of dice in their little thing that they're using. You know what I mean? Because I've seen them. You gotta do it. You know what I mean? You'll catch them slipping. You know what I mean? Pick those dice in there. It'll be all right. I'm just telling you. CK, dangerous arm craps. We'll put this one right up. 215, 214 is that what we did? 214. Started out with 105, guys. A little simple little betting strategy right there. Hey, we'll see you next time. CK, dangerous arm craps. 20 rolls, 2 points. 3 fours in a row. Hit 4 5s. We like that. The trips. See the trips? We only hit 1 6 and 1 8. Maybe I messed up. I have to look at that again. Triple 10, triple 9, triple 4. All those are back to back. The 4s, by the way, that was gnarly. To find the odds in the 5, we got a 4. Hey, CK, dangerous arm craps. See you next time. Remember, thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to be blasting them out. See you next time. Thanks for viewing.